Ricky Rick, a renowned rapper, singer, songwriter, South African man, a husband, a father, a son, has passed away due to suicide. And this is very sad. It's very sad, coming up on an interview that I just saw when he was talking about his mental health and depression. It was funny to a lot of people. It was funny to a lot of people who felt that Riky Rick, being who he is, a celebrity or whatnot, that he's immune to any of these things that regular people go through. And I am not at all in good spirits listening to this kind of stuff. I myself have battled depression and suicidal thoughts. I actually had to go see a professional to go and sort this out. But his death says something about stigmas, about an unconsciousness that we have in society about mental health issues. It's time that we finally wake up, people. It's time that we wake up. We need to wake the fuck up. Because this just shows how many men are suffering in silence, suffering their own mental health issues in silence, simply because society doesn't look at men's problems as that serious. Feminists will look at this and say, well, women have their own problems. Women have their own problems. Men should be happy that they were born in their place of privilege. What kind of privilege does it have to have 80% of suicides being men? What privilege is that? What exactly is this life that you think that men are enjoying so much? How long are we going to keep on saying, oh yeah, just because, it doesn't really matter. Women's problems are bigger. You know what? Everyone's problem is as big as the other. Everyone's problem needs to be paid attention to, because this is what happens. You think that just because someone has been successful in their life, that they don't have any emotional things going on, any mental demons they're fighting? Really? How long are we going to keep on doing this? How many more people are we going to lose because of these kind of situations? I'm sick and tired of seeing that. I look at this and I say, this was literally me at some point. He's taken the next step and he's committed suicide. But I was literally in that exact same situation. Why? Because you can't talk about it. You talk about your mental health issues, and guess what? You're told that it's your fault. Deal with it. Suck it up. Be a man. Do you know what being a man is? Do you have any idea what it's like to be a man? Showing someone who reached all the success that Ricky Rich reached. Whoa. Do you think, what more do you want from these people? How much longer are we going to keep on doing this? I started this podcast because I want to talk about mental health, men's mental health, because it's important. Because that's something that no one ever looks at. It seems like, a man has to be blamed for his own mental state. Men are blamed for their own mental state. Men are told to keep it to themselves. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling, if you have a mental disorder like depression, it's because your life is a mess. Well, his life was perfect from the outside. From the outside, he had everything that anyone could have ever dreamed of, right? He had money, he had success, he had fame, a great family. But what? What else do you have to say about something like this? I also want to give a call out to men. I think that we can say that men keep it to themselves because women don't care about their issues. But I think it's time that we also bring this back to men. You have to remember as a man that you are your brother's keeper. You are responsible for your brother. Brotherhood is important. Camaraderie is important. We can't continue to laugh at our boys when they come in and they say, hey man, this is something that's going wrong with me, or saying, oh man, just brush it off. Go and do what you gotta do. As men, we also have to be held accountable for the things that we're not doing for our friends. Because one day your friend is gonna wake up dead and you won't and there's nothing you can do about that. It's final. He gave up because no one was listening, including you, his best friend, his cousin, his homie. You guys have a lot of fun going to bars together, going to drink, going to clubs. But when it comes to your homie coming and saying, I have this going on with me, it's a joke. And then this happens. It's too late. We can't fix this. He's gone. Rick is gone. And it's left a lot of pain behind it. I'm tired of seeing people saying that suicide is selfish. Because it's not. You want to know who's selfish? The one who couldn't take their time. Sometimes all it takes is 10 minutes of your day. You couldn't take your time to go and look out for your boy for a second and say, hey man, how you doing? Are you good? If your homie right now came and said he wants to commit suicide, what would you say? I can guarantee that there's a good bunch of you who are going to say, hey, remember that your life is a mess. You fucking up so much. It's not anyone else's problem, but you go and look at yourself in the mirror and fix it. You can't fix your boy. You can't sit there and say, hey, you're my guy. I want to make sure that you're okay. Check up on him every now and again. See how he's doing. I understand that you can't spend all the time you can with your boy. Everybody's got time. Everybody's got their own things to do. Everybody's got their own jobs to do. You got to go to work. You got to go to school. You got to hustle. But it takes 10 minutes of your day to check up on your boy and say, hey, how you doing? Because guess what? He's not speaking to anybody because he knows the reaction he's going to get. So wake up, men. Men, we got to wake up. Because how many more of our boys are we going to lose? How many more Ricky Ricks are going to happen? I know so many people who are dealing with these things, and they're fortunate to have a friend like me who actually cares. And I'm not trying to boast. I'm not trying to boast about stuff like this. I'm trying to give you an example of what you should be doing. Looking out for your boy. Not judging him when he has his mental issues. Look out for him. You are your brother's keeper. I'll say that again. You are your brother's keeper. It's rubbish. It's nonsense. We can't get him back. I've been in situations where I was depressed and I had some people who disappeared on me completely and they didn't know, and it's because they thought that there was something wrong with me and that they wanted to keep their distance. Cool, but guess what? If I was dead, what would they be saying right now? What would you say about your boy right now if he died right now because you didn't look out for him? Wake up. Wake up. We can't keep going like this. We can't. It's not going to work. And I really just hope that one day, I can start an organization, an operation that makes it all right for men to come together and discuss their issues. Not so that we can, sympathize, but so we can try and work it out. Try and work out for our boy, to try and give him a strategy to make it out of his depression, out of his anxieties, because we have those too. We're anxious about where we're going to get money tomorrow. We're anxious about, if we're going to be able to get that job, if we're going to be able to graduate, if we're going to be able to do whatever it is that we have to do as men. We can't keep doing this. We have to look out for each other. We are all we have. When will you realize that as men, we are all we have? No one else wants to listen to what we have to say. So what do? As men, we listen to each other. We should solve our problems. If the world refuses to solve our problems, you should look at your brother and say, we're going to solve this together. Because that's what men have done all along. Men have always been there for each other. This is the only generation that I'm seeing men acting like bitches, living in solitary confinement, trying to say, "Oh, I'm gonna just do my own thing and you do your own thing," and then we da 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 da. No, that friend group that you have is the most important thing that you have right now. Look around; those are your brothers. They're not your friends anymore. Those are your brothers. Those are the people you trust. Be with them. Have each other's back. When he's got something going on, don't be the reason why it gets worse. Come on, man. That's all I gotta say, but men, we gotta wake up. And the world needs to stop stigmatizing men's mental health as if it's some trivial thing. It's serious because people are dying of suicide. Rick is gone. There's nothing we can do about that. Wake up. Rest in peace to the great Riky. You will always be remembered. You will always be in our memory. And your legacy will never be forgotten. And thank you for everything that you've done while you were here. A lot of us loved you. Loved your music. And I hope that God welcomed you with open arms into paradise. Rest in power.